Okay, go.
Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to all my respected viewers dan salam pengakap. Okay, dear fellow scout and viewers, in conjunction of sambutan Hari Pengakap Negeri Kelantan 2021, we would like to thanks all the Legion team members of Pengakap Negeri Kelantan for the golden opportunity to deliver an information for today's brown bag session. Millions of thank you and a big applause to your hard work. Thank you so much. Before we start, I would like to invite my partner Akmal to recite a dua. Please welcome.
الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط آمين آمين رب العالمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, Tuhan yang menguasai langit dan bumi, hanya padamu ya Allah kami panjangkan kesyukuran atas segala rahmat dan berkat-Mu. Bersempena dengan perhimpunan ini, kami memohon inayah dan taufik-Mu. Kurniakanlah kesejahteraan dan kebahagiaan serta kesihatan jasmani dan rohani. Bukakanlah pintu hati kami, lapangkanlah dada-dada kami untuk menerima ilmu dan pengetahuan serta bimbingan para guru-guru dan para senior kami yang kami kasihi. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, kami memohon dengan kudrat-Mu dan iradat-Mu. Berikanlah kekuatan dan ketabahan melaksanakan tanggungjawab kami menghadapi perjuangan kami seperti dalam persetiaan pengakap kami. Menimba dan mencari ilmu pengetahuan, anugerahkanlah kejayaan dan kecemerlangan kepada kami dalam semua ujian dan pencapaian. Ya Allah, Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, tambahkanlah kepada kami kecintaan kepada segala kebaikan. Jadikanlah kami, guru-guru kami, pemimpin-pemimpin kami terus beristiqamah, berkhidmat, menabur bakti, membangunkan umat dan masyarakat, bangsa dan negara. Sesungguhnya kami berkumpul pada hari ini secara maya bagi mencari keredaan-Mu ya Allah, untuk berlumba-lumba menyegerakan kerja-kerja kebajikan. Fastabiqul khairat yang Engkau sebut dalam Al-Quran. Sesungguhnya Al-Quran adalah panduan dari Engkau untuk setiap insan seluruh alam. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, jadikanlah negara kami sebuah negara yang mendapat limpah rahmat dan nikmat. Kekalkanlah keamanan dan kemakmuran sepanjang zaman. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Sallallahu alaihi sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin amin rabbal alamin.
Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you so much to Akmal and to all our respected viewers. We have attached the registration link on our Facebook post. And to our viewers via YouTube, the link provided in the description. And for those who cannot find the link, our staff have attached it in the comment box below. So don't forget to fill in to get your certificate. Alright, so before we started, I would like to invite all rovers and viewers to hit like and share out today's live stream. To all our viewers in Facebook and YouTube, hello and hi. And for today's session, we will be joined by many amazing guests. Hence, I would like to stand a gratitude for watching our live stream for brown bag session today. And I hope everyone in the good state of health. To all rover and scout, please be prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, we will proceed today's session kick-off. But first of all, I would like to bring you to get know our ex-former National Scout Youth Leadership Forum 3.0 participant. Next is we would like to share what is National Scout Youth Leadership Forum is all about. And then we will proceed with today's main agenda, which is our key takeaways and the forum impact. So we will share to you everything that you need to know about National Scout Youth Leadership Forum and the impact of the program. And lastly, we will end and wrap up our session with Q&A session. So for those with inquiries and curiosity about today's session or about National Scout Youth Leadership Forum, you may hit us with any question. All right, so before we go any further with today's session, I would like to invite all of you to get know my incredible team members and the former panelists for today. I will proceed with our beautiful panel. Umi, please welcome.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all the viewers today. Thank you so much for having to being with us today, and thank you so much Hajar for moderating us for today. So Assalamualaikum again and hello. My name is Umi Nabila. So I representing Kijang Rovers, Kelantan with Kijang Rovers. So currently I am doing my final year in Bachelor of Science Biomolecular Science in UiTM Shah Alam. And as of for now, I am doing my research and as an intern at Integrative Pharmacogenomic Institute, or can call it just I Promise at UiTM Puncak Alam. And I am majoring in an animal model study specified on cancer study. So just a little bit about myself before I being in a scout. So before I joined Scout, I was very active in volunteering since 2017. That's when I was selected to represent Malaysia for an exchange program back to the US. And that's when I started to be very involved with community service and started to share about intercultural learning, PLWD, and things like that. And as you can see on the slides, there's one recent project that I was work with, which is Inclusion Everyone's Ability, where I work on the special needs children, where we are doing workshops and webinar to spread awareness about the special needs children. So that's a little bit about myself. And I being in Scout is a totally a very new experience and very challenging for myself. And this is a very good platform for me to develop myself more, and hence why being Scout is a very exposure and eye opening for me. So I think that will be all from me. I pass it back to Hajar. Thank you.
Thank you, Umi. I told you guys that she is amazing. So the next panel is Akmal.
So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I greet to the Honorable Scout Masters and everyone that is joining our live today. So, just a short one. I am Ahmad Akmal Haikal bin Ahmad Nizam from Pasir Mas, Kelantan, and I've completed my degree in TESOL at Institute for Teacher Education, Datuk Razali Ismail Campus in Terengganu. And currently, I am the research assistant for one research that is being conducted in schools all around Malaysia under my campus, which is IPG Kedarai and also University Kebangsaan Malaysia. So, my involvement in volunteering dates back during my first year of studies in IPG Kedarai, which is in 2016. So, I've joined many programs, for example, the consumer movement, and I am the Terengganu state chairperson at that time in 2019. And other than that, I am involving myself in research and education in communication things and something like that. So I think that's all from me, just a short one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akmal and Umi. You guys are truly amazing team. And the last in the team is me. Hello dan salam pengakap. My name is Siti Hajar binti Zulkafli. I am 22 years old and I am an official rovers of Pengakap Kelana B from Pasir Mas, Kelantan. And I am currently still on my journey for my degree in education and specialize in design and technology. Apart from that, I am also currently in apprenticeship program in a local company with my main focus is on designing software. So actually I don't really have much experience in scouting, and I'm still looking forward more experience and event. But in fact, I truly believe that learning is something that never ends. As the saying once said by David Letterman, life experience is the best teacher. All right, so together in this session, I hope everyone is prepared to gain something new, and of course, don't forget to have fun. Okay, so I hope everyone is ready and prepared because we are all about to start this brown bag session. So, for our first agenda, I would like to invite Akmal to deliver his sneak peek about our previous program, National Scout Youth Leadership Forum 3.0. Akmal, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Haja. So, Assalamualaikum again, and a very good morning to our honorable Scout Masters and the respected audience that are currently watching this brown bag session. So, before I go further, I would love to ask the audience, what do you know about the National Scout Youth Leadership Forum, or in short, NSYLF? So, as a technical team, if I would like to ask you a favor, if there's any answer from the audience, please keep me updated. So, a short introduction to the NSYLF, as you can read from the slides, educational tool to support developing youth involvement and empower young people through a participatory approach, helping them to develop skills in decision making, problem solving that can be used within scouting society. So this is a formal introduction of what NSYLF is about. However, I believe that NSYLF has lots and lots of more to offer. Through this forum, I personally learned scouting is not just about building gadgets from bamboo, tying knots, marching, and stuff like that. So I am not saying that these activities are not important. It's basic knowledge for scouting, but I believe that scouting is more than that. So we, as one of the largest youth movements, not only in Malaysia, but I believe it is all around the world. There's a lot more to learn. We have the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, better work framework, and so on. Thus, in this forum, we're discussing on solving problems, leaderships, connecting with others, shaping personalities, punctuality, communication, and many more skills that are crucial to develop us and the youth for the future. Okay, in short, NSYLF, this forum, NSYLF is lots of words, right? This forum, which was conducted, I guess, three times this year, and I believe it will be continued for years to come, are the platform for us to develop ourselves and shape us for the future regardless of our backgrounds, races, and religions, where we live, and others. And, okay, this is the interesting part. You might be chosen to represent Malaysia as delegates to higher forums such as the Asia Pacific Regional Scout Youth Forum or the World Scout Conference, something like that. So I believe Umi was one of the delegates that will be presenting Malaysia to the Asia Pacific Regional Scout Youth Forum, and congrats to her. So I think that's all from me. I'll pass back to Haja.
Thank you so much, Akmal. Such a such a very interesting sharing session and full of information. So a big applause to him. So yes, indeed, National Scout Youth Leadership Forum is not only focused on is internationally focused. So yes, indeed, for me, National Scout Leadership Forum (NSYLF) is one of the best programs that I have ever joined. A very compact yet very full of fascinating activity, and not to mention the wonderful team member and the staff they have. Okay. So I hope everyone is doing good. And if you guys are still blur about what National Scout Youth Leadership Forum is all about, not to worry because I will go more into what it is. All right. So as mentioned by my friend earlier, okay, so we will proceed the session with the Scout song.
Here we are, here we are, here we are again. Here we are, here we are, here we are again. Hello, yeah, hello, yeah, hello, 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 yeah. Here we are, here we are, here we are again. Kita berkumpul. Kita berkumpul. Salam, 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 salam. Oi, di sini kita berkumpul. I come from like a jolly good place. I come from like a jolly good place. I come from like a jolly good place. Jolly, 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 jolly good place. Saya dari Melaka Sukahati. Saya dari Melaka Sukahati. Saya dari Melaka Sukahati. Sukahati. I come from Malaysia, jolly good place. I come from Malaysia, jolly good place. I come from Malaysia, jolly good place. Jolly, 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 jolly good place. Saya dari Malaysia, Sukahati. Saya dari Malaysia, Sukahati. Saya dari Malaysia, Sukahati. Suka, 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 Sukahati.
All right, so that song really remind me of camping actually. All right, so I will proceed for today's session about details about what the actual thing is National Scout Youth Leadership Forum is all about. So as mentioned by Akmal earlier, this NSYLF is some sort of educational tool to support develop the youth involvement and empower young people to the participation of approach and also helping them to develop like decision making skills and the problem solving skills that can be used within scouting and society. So, as Akmal said earlier, scouting is not all about you went to camping and then you went to, sing a song or something like that. But it's more than that. Uh, it's more than that. Okay. So, learning is more that you can find in textbook, and learning is more than you can sit in class and absorb what have been delivered by your teacher. And learning is more something that you can watch a recorded learning session despite of this COVID-19. So basically, National Scout Youth Leadership Forum is a platform that we as a youth, as a rover, can do an information sharing, training, and substantial experience. And also we can discuss and acquiring a deeper understanding of a various issue locally, regionally, and internationally. So in the other mean, I would say that this is the best educational platform for us as a rover to develop our involvement and empower our young people, empower our can develop our skills in the terms of decision making and problem solving decision. So this and National Scout Youth Leadership Forum provide us a platform of learning and teaching to future leader. which is youth to be more competent and get unleash the leadership in you. So basically, on the previous program that we have attended, me, Akmal, and Umi Nabila, the program, the National Scout Leadership Forum, have been teach us more and develop our decision making and problem solving skill. Okay, because that is some sort of platform that teach and learn us on how to be a future leader, and it expose us to a real world problem. Okay, so this so on the 40th World Scout Conference in Slovenia 2014 have been adopted to update World Scout Youth Involvement Policy as a fundamental principle. The policy have stated that the scouting is a movement of a young people supported by adults, and it is not a movement of a young people managed by adults only, which means that we have a very fair situation, which is the youth also can be a leader. Okay, so scouting offer a potential for a learning community of a young people as well as an adult to working together in a partnership of enthusiasm and experience. Hence, I believe that this updated policy have been made according to the flexibility, and the selected leaders will be represent to the next level, which is, as mentioned by my friend earlier, Asia Pacific region and something like that. And of course, during our previous session, one of our team member, which is Umi, have been selected as one of the delegates that represent Malaysia to the Asia Pacific regional level. A big hope of achievement to Umi and Persekutuan Pengakap Negeri Kelantan. As over years and years, we finally have Kelantan representative to the next level. I wish a very good luck and congratulations to Umi. Okay, so I hope everyone is clear a bit visual in mind about what is National Scout Youth Leadership Forum is all about. And we will move to the next point, which is for this World Scout Conference also have released on innovative approaches to the strategic decision making. One of it is I would like to highlight the youth for change. Scouting is an organization of young people supported by adults that I have mentioned earlier, and the vision bring together the various strands of youth engagement and empowerment activity at world, even regional and national level, so as to maximize the impact that young people might have driving our movement forward. The contribution of the young people have and must to increasing the participation of young people in the decision making of the organization at any level. So, ladies and gentlemen, young people are the tremendous source of energy. They got creativity, they got value that can be shaped for a better future, both inside scouting and in the local community itself. So I took the quote saying by Kofi Annan, have confidence in the young people, give them a chance and they will surprise you. So throughout the vision and aim, the initiative have been taken, which is the creation of National Scout Youth Leadership Forum, a program that made by young people to the young people, and it is also, as I mentioned earlier, an educational platform for youth to enhance the decision making and problem-solving skills, and the adaptability to the real-world problem to be a versatile leader. The objective of National Scout Youth Forum is to provide a platform where young people can explore and educate themselves to be comfortable to learn about their hidden leadership talent. As I mentioned earlier, learning is a continuous process. The National Scout Youth Leadership Forum is to find a versatile and flexible leader to adapt to a changing real-world problem. The National, the National Scout Youth Forum implement and practice the 17 Sustainable Development Goals that made by United Nations and Better World Framework, which is one of the initiatives that introduced by WASM to support the 17 SDGs. So now I will move to my next point is how rovers are chosen. So on our previous session of National Scout Youth Forum, we actually were assessed and evaluated by the program organizer. So along the way, along the program, they will assess our communication and profile, how we handle the strategy and policies, the structure and system, tool and resources were given, evaluating and monitoring and programs, and they also provide us a lot of program and training us, uh, especially on problem solving skills. So what made National Scout Youth Leadership Forum is rewarding? In my point of view, this is one of the best program that I have ever joined because the people itself, everyone in the program is very encouraging and eager to learn and teach. As the other program, we got to know more, we got to know new people and expanding our networking. Last and least, everyone, you will feel that there is a high level scouting program that will open your mind and uh, and the scout are not just scout, but we are the agent that make life in a future for a better life. So the youth outside there, to all the rovers and youth outside there, do overcome the challenges and take up this golden opportunity to enhance the leadership in you. For the next outcome for this brown bag session, I would like to pass to Umi Nabila. Umi, the floor is yours. Please welcome.
Akmal, you want to go first?
Sure, I can go first because it's my slide.
Yes.
It's okay. Okay, so thank you to my fellow friends. Hello again, guys. So now I am going to share on what we've learned during the NSYLF, which is under one slot. I forgot the full name of the slots, but yeah, it is about decision making and problem solving. So yeah, from the slide you can see that we all think we are right. Kita semua rasa ataupun kita semua fikir kita betul kan? Is it correct? So how we think or see things defines us. If I am talking about this topic, I love to give an analogy. So you guys can see a glass of water in the slides, right? So how would you describe it? Okay, maybe Umi or Haja can help me here. Umi, maybe. How do you measure the water in the glass? Is it half full or is it half empty? Or what would you say about that?
I will go for it's half full.
Okay, so Umi said that it is half full. So she measures the water in the glass as half full. Maybe I see the water in the glass in an opposite way as she did. Okay, but yeah, am I wrong? Okay, adakah saya salah dengan mendefinisikan air itu sebagai half empty? Okay, or did she give a correct answer? Okay, no. Okay, the answer is no. No one is right, nor no one is wrong. So if I answer it as half full or half empty, both are the same. Both are correct. Okay? It's how we see things defines us. How we look at things help us in thinking the way we are right now. Okay, let's say I say that it is half full. Okay, maybe right now I am thirsty, so I am focusing on the water to drink. But psychologically, I am seeing things that are there in front of me. Okay, water. In this case, it is water. Maybe the way I think in real life is that I am focusing what is in front of me rather than what is not, something like that lah. So maybe there's someone out there don't see the glass as half full or half empty. They would see it as how can I put this in? Oh, okay. Oh, the water is very clean lah. Or they would say that, oh, the water in the glass is crystal clear lah. No habuk-habuk like that, right kan? So you can understand, right? On the first sight, they didn't see it as half full or half empty. So therefore, my point is, there's always meaning behind everything. Okay? How I see things defines me. How you see things defines yourself. So back to the main ideas, how we think, how we see things defines us. Okay, Umi, moving to the next slide is the 6 steps of decision making, I believe. Okay, so the 6th step of decision making, this is another way of us to make a decision. Before that, if there's any points to add on from my fellow members of the floor, I think you can just chip in anywhere in my presentation. So, okay, this is one way of making decisions, the 6th step of in decision making. But I would like to share on what we've learned from the forum, and this is it. I will just touch on the surface because I think the time is not with me right now. So, 6th step in decision making. The first one is recognize the need for decision. The second one is generate alternatives. Next is assess alternative. Next, after that is choosing among alternative, implement the chosen alternative, and learn from feedback. So, I would love to emphasize on generate alternatives in any problems that we want to solve, in any decision that we are going to make. For sure, there will be a lot of alternatives that we can choose, right? So, that's why we always heard of plan A, plan B, plan C, and so on. So, we need to generate these alternatives so that we can have one, the most logic, the most reliable, and the most applicable solution that we can use. Okay, I give you an example to make it easier. For example, we are on a trip and we are deciding on what and where we are going to eat. So there, you've recognized the need for a decision. The need for a decision is where you are going to eat. So that is a need for a decision. So there are restaurant A, for example, restaurant A, cafe B, and kopitiam C. These kedai makan or restaurant are your alternatives. So we have generated our alternative. So you need to decide on the alternative. So restaurant A tak best lah makan tapi murah. Okay, it is cheap there, but the food is not that tasty. So maybe you can put that aside first. Cafe B pula, too expensive pula, but nearby, dekat je. Okay, put that aside first. So you left with kopitiam C. Wah, kopitiam C so far away lah. Tapi makan dia sedap lah kat sini. For example like that. The food is delicious there, but it's far away. So then, that is your assessment for your alternative. You have assessed all of your alternative. Kita dah menilai kita punya alternatives yang ada. So, next step is up to you to choose the best alternative. Okay, for example, if it was me, I would go for kopitiam C lah. Even it is far away, but still reachable, right? And when you reach there, you have delicious foods. I would say that puas hati lah if we go to kopitiam C, even it is far away. But it is, when we reach there, we will have a delicious food and so on. So then, you've implement your chosen alternative. So last step is to learn from feedbacks. Lah, dia makan jauh-jauh, minyak kereta pula habis. Okay. So that is your feedback. Itu adalah feedback kita, which is minyak kereta habis. So learn from that. Okay, maybe we can just go nearby places and so on. Maybe there are restaurants nearby that we don't know, and we want to try at the restaurant. So learn from that. Learn from our feedbacks. Maybe another feedbacks that we can see if we go to Kopitiam C far away, right? The first one is minyak kereta habis, for example, and then another one we go so far and we get back. We get back and we still be hungry. Okay, on the way we are apa? Kita punya makan tadi dah habis kan, for example, like that. So that are your alternative and we need to learn from that. Maybe next time we can just go nearby restaurants and so on. So okay, so that is the sixth step of decision making. I have give you an example. For example, just now it's about apa tadi a trip and we are going to decide on where we are going to eat. Okay, Umi, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I just want to just
Okay,
like keep
sure.
in something about what you mentioned just now about the example, and also about when we are doing decision making, right? For me, I realized that a lot of us actually encounter these kind of like problem when you want to do decide things, right? And I realized like because I do experience this as well. Like I encounter the
Okay.
difficulty. I realized that there's a lot of people they actually skip all these steps. So like just like jump or just like skip on certain step. So I think that's one of the reason why we're not able to make a good decision. You know, I mean, like we're talking about decision. There's always pros and cons, right, on certain
Yes.
decision. But which one is the best one, and which one is the one that we can reduce the risk, or something like that, right? Risk management stuff. But yeah, so just want to emphasize the importance of us knowing about what are the steps that we can do on decision making. And most of the cases, people skip certain steps. You know, they just like making like rush decision. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. You know, without assessing itself. So that's why I kind of agree with you, which is the importance of us to assess the alternative, but at the same time assessing the situations around us. So maybe one of the way that we can put in the criteria or requirements before we make the alternative itself. Like for example, your example just now, right? Like what are the things that you want to do first? Are you in rush? So then you can already set up the base timeline, something like that. Yeah, I think that will be all.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you, Umi. So I think I agree with Umi because, yeah, we need to assess other things. So for example, we are in a rush. For example, if we are in a rush, maybe we can choose a nearby restaurant like that, right? So that is how we assess or assess the alternative that we are going to choose, right? So these are the 6 steps of decision making. So I believe that many of us have already been through this decision making thing lah. So it is whether or not they know or they recognize or not what they are doing. So maybe this is for the viewers, maybe you can apply this in your real life. So the first one, recognize the need for decision. I just go through once again. General alternatives. Next is assess alternative, choose alternative and implement the chosen alternative. And the last one is learn from feedback. So this is one of the things that we managed to learn from the National Scout Youth Forum, and I am sharing it now with you. Okay, so Umi, next slide. Okay, next, we finish on the 6 steps of decision making. Moving, I believe this is my last slide, which is the 6 thinking hats. So this is one of the way on how we can do decision making. Okay, you can also learn from feedback such as SWOT analysis, which is strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats analysis, SWOT analysis, and other thinking methods that are in our real life, right? So this 6 thinking hat is one of them. So let's go through the 6 thinking hat briefly, shall we? So before that, I don't think we have time to describe in depth for all hats during this forum. This part itself took around, I believe it is around 1 hour to finish. So yeah, in short, the first one, we have the white hat, which stands for neutral and objective oriented. This way, of thinking is focus more on fact, figures, and info. So if you are wearing a white hat, so you are thinking or focusing more on facts, figures, and info. Next is the red hat, which stands for feelings and emotions. Sometimes in decision making, we need to use the red hat to for feelings and emotions. Maybe if we do this, how will others feel? If we do that, maybe if others do that to us, how would we feel? Okay, so that is a red hat. So maybe in decision making, you need to wear the red hat also, so that we can get input from others about feelings and emotions. So next, we have the black hat, which is for caution and careful. This hat, I believe it is focuses more on risk and problems. So if we're wearing this hat, we have made a decision, and then we need to assess which on the risk and problems and so on. So we are wearing black hat. So next, we have the yellow hat, which stands for optimistic and positive. Then we have the green hat, which is for creativity and growth. This hat generates new ideas and alternatives. We need to wear also green hat so that we can innovate our decision. We can improvise our decision. So green hat is what you need to wear when you assessing your decision making. Then the last hat, we have the blue hat. This hat is an organizational hat which acts as a facilitator which controls all other hats. So I believe that if we are doing decision making, we need to wear this blue hat because it will affect our decision as a whole. Okay. Okay. In the youth forum also, I believe that there are steps that we need to follow. For example, the first one, we need to wear white hat, and then we use red hat, and then black hat, yellow hat, green hat, and so on. So there are steps that we need to use in order for us to decide on a decision that is the best decision that we can make. So if we are wearing all of these hats, then I believe that we can assess the strength, assess the weakness, opportunities, and so on, so that we can, at the end, we can create, or we can have the best decision that we can make. So the benefits of the six thinking hat, that is it can provide a common language where all people is in a meeting, for example, can use. For example, okay, now let's discuss on the fact. So actually, we are wearing the yellow hat. Okay, now let's discuss on what this organization will feel. Okay, that we wear the red hat. So okay, as a whole, what do you think? Then we are wearing the blue hat. So it is a common language where all people in a meeting, for example, can use. So next is diversity of thought, where I think diversity of thought is where I think differently from you, and you think differently from me. Maybe I think A. Okay, this person will say his point contradict to my point of view just now. So we think differently, as I mentioned earlier. So that diversity leads us to a common understanding, which is the best solution that we can make, or decision that we can take. Other than that, the six thinking hat also helps us to think more, as we might use more than one hat to other than that, this six thinking hat also help us to think more, as we might use more than one hat for decision making. So the last one is next is it helps people to work against preference. Okay, we have our own preference. For example, if we are taking this decision, that is our preference. But maybe preference ni macam bias lah, like that. So this six thinking hat work against preference, and we think one at a time. For example, if we bias to a solution, and then we wear another hat, for example, the yellow hat, which talks about facts and figures. Okay, so the bias is gone, for example, like that. So that is the benefits of six thinking hats, which is work against preference. And lastly, it helps us to create, evaluate, and implement. So I believe If there's nothing more to add from my fellow friends, I believe that's all from me. I'll pass to Umi Nabila for the next session. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Akmal, for sharing on these six thinking hacks. And I personally find it six thinking hacks very, very, very useful for myself. And I think it's like being more organizational way for you to what kind of stage or what kind of thinking way of you when you want to put yourself in the process when you are trying to make a decision wise. So yeah, and I will be sharing for the next one, and this is my another thing that I really want to share this, which is a very very helpful for the viewers. So yeah, the next one will be um, understanding our leadership style. So yeah, when we're talking about leadership, right? Like it is like a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm a leader. I can do this. I can do that." Right? But the thing is that do we actually understand our leadership style? Right? So during the forum, we were introduced with a few types of leaderships. So I'm just going to go through what is it all about, so then the viewers will know what does it mean all this, right? So when we come talking about type of leadership, each of type of leadership, for example, here, dominant, influential, supportive, and cautious, each of these type of leadership came with their own characteristics, their own strengths, their own preference, and weaknesses, right? So dominant, what does it mean by dominant leadership? Right, so when talking about dominant, usually this style is when the leader itself is very outgoing and very task oriented, and he or she is the one who will direct, like he's like not a sort of like control, but somehow able to give the direction to its team members. So and then influential, right? Influential is the one who also outgoing but is very optimistic about certain things, right? So let's say if there's any things that counter in their way, these type of leadership styles say, hey, it's okay, we got this. Okay, let's think what we can do, right? And then, for example, and the next one, influential leadership, is also like very enthusiastic. Like if you see the person like, okay, I want to do this. Okay, let us like try to reach out more people and things like that. So this is very people oriented. So that's a part of the influential leadership style, right? And then the third one is a supportive, right? Supportive, it's like when it's also people oriented, but this type of leadership is very, very supportive of its own team member. So I would say you may, some people may view this leadership style as a caring person. So let's say if there's something going on happen to each of the team members, these leadership type of people, we usually say, I have your back or something like that. So they are very, it's a type of person that is not gonna like, okay, you handle by yourself, something like that. So they are very, very good leadership style, something like that. So, and then the last one is cautious. Okay, so cautious, yes, they are task oriented, and as you can see, like the word cautious itself means this leadership of style, like they are very, very careful. So I would say this type of people is the one who will focusing a lot on the risk management wise. So means like, okay, let's say if you do plan A, so what's gonna happen? So if we do plan B, what's gonna happen? So this kind of leadership style is a very cautious and try to minimize the I would call it any mistakes throughout any events that he or she will do. So yeah, that are parts of the cautious, right? And the cautious leadership style is also very love information. So when we're talking about these people are very careful, right? So in order to be very careful like that, they want information. So they will always ask for, okay, if you want to do this, what will happen? Who will be in charge of it? So do you know what you need to do? So they are very, very detailed people as well. So, but then all these type of leadership have its own strengths and also weaknesses and what they are preferred, right? Let's say we see dominant people, right? Dominant leadership style. Their strength might be the one who can see the big picture of rather than viewing things, from just one perspective. But maybe the weaknesses is this person can have like low patience and sensitivity. So they just like want to focus on okay, they just focus on the final outcomes rather than, things like he or she will see it's a small matter, right? Because they just want to focus on the final outcomes. And also, like, for example, supportive, right? They are calm, passion, very passionate about staying, but then the weaknesses, it might be like, low adaptability or cannot be multitasking. So yes, all these have their own pros and cons, right? But one thing that I would like to highlight here, right? No matter here, okay, hold on. All right. So no matter who you are, no matter what kind of personality you are, everyone can be a great leaders. So having said that, when I mentioned just now, right, dominant, the strength and the weaknesses is like this, influential, have its own strength and weaknesses. It doesn't mean that if you are this type of personality, you cannot be a great leader. Like for example, there's a lot of stereotype that was saying that, or let's say if this one person cannot like very introvert, for example, right? Or that person might not be able to speak in front of people or talk to people, like cannot collaborate with people. So but then those type of personality doesn't mean that he or she who's introvert cannot be great leaders. They can. They have their own strength and weaknesses. So but then all these things, if you really want to start being a very good leader and everything, it all started with patience and dedication to be a better person. So that leads to my second point, which is the importance of knowing yourself, right? If you don't know yourself, how your style and how you can deal with certain things, then you might not be able to move forward, right? Like for example, you have the fear, like say, oh, I'm not really good in speaking English, for example, or I'm not really good talking about certain thing, and then you just say, okay, I'm just gonna see people do stuff, right? You will not gonna able to learn, right? So the key of this, just do it, right? You just do it, and then that's the process, is for you to know yourself, right? You won't know yourself, you won't know, like, you can think, oh, I'm thinking, I imagining myself doing this, but the experience is different. Like you just have to be in real life, then you know, okay, you might be doing this, but you might say, oh, if I in that position, I might be doing this, right? But if on the real life, you might not be able to take that kind of decision, right? Because that's how life is. Okay, so you need to know yourself, right? And in order for you to know yourself, that leads to my third point, which is you have to seek for exposure. Join any projects or organization like Scouts here, right? For experience, right? And also one thing that I would like to point out, it doesn't have that you just straight away need to be a leader, like just straight away like a big project. You don't have to, right? If you're not ready, then it's okay. You just join first like small events as like organizing committee, for example, and like helping out certain things, and from there, for example, the first project that you join, you become like someone who involved with research or reaching out to people, right? And then the first skill that you learn is that how to reach out to people, like let's say you learn to reach out to organizations, then you know already, you get the hang of it. So I'm first you're able have these skills, right? And then maybe the next project you try out different positions, then you learn that, and after a while you're able to get the momentum, and then okay, after that you give yourself a chance. Do not tell yourself, oh, I'm not ready yet, like once you get that, just tell yourself and volunteer yourself, can I try this, can I try this? And as being mentioned before by Hajar, right? When you are in Scout, right? It's like it's not like you like manage youth, manage everything, right? It is supported by adults. So it is where you can try it out, and then it's being supported by adults. So like let's say you want to do something, you can seek the guidance, right? It doesn't mean that once you're a leader, you cannot like you have to do everything by yourself. You cannot like reach out to people for help. No, you're still a human being. You still need we all still seeking knowledge, right? So you still have to ask people. Me myself, doing things, I ask a lot of people. Hey, I want to do this, but do you think which is the best approaches? I want to do plan A and plan B, or which one do you think? Something like that, right? So yeah, seek for exposure, join any projects, organizations, and last one, you will never grow if you don't do mistakes. I am so scared of mistakes. I was always aiming for perfections, and at the end, it was so like overwhelmed, But if you don't let yourself doing mistakes, you won't learn anything. Then you get to know, okay, I'm doing these mistakes once. The next time, hey, I'm doing this mistake before. Okay, let's try to improve better. And that's how you know to improve yourself. Yeah, I think that's basically about when talking about leadership style, knowing ourselves. And yeah, is there anything that maybe Akmal or Hajar want to add on about this thing?
Maybe I would like to add something lah. Okay, so I believe that from Umi's presentation just now, we need more leaders in the future. So I believe that we can apply what we have learned from the National Scout Youth Forum. We can apply from others, for example, Camp Kepimpinan and so on, to build ourselves, to increase our self-motivation, to increase our awareness, to increase our keyakinan diri, confidence and so on. So I see that youth as the future leaders that is going to take this the national leadership and so on. So we need to groom our youth. We need to develop our youth. We need to provide our youth with opportunities. For example, these kind of opportunities to express their opinions, to express their leadership styles, to learn new things. And I believe that Scout is the best movement or the best platform that they can be in order to improve themselves. So yes, from Umi's point of view, I believe that there are lots of leadership styles and we can choose one. Maybe we can be dominant, influential, supportive and cautious at the same time. And yeah, I think that's all from me.
Yeah, follow up from Umi and for what you guys have shared from Umi and Akmal. I believe that everyone made a mistake, right? So what important is we learn something. We learn something from our mistake and not to repeat that again. And of course, for seek for exposure, 1,000 steps start from baby steps. So of course, it have, and this National Scout Leadership Forum is one of the I think that probably baby step, because it teach us on how to adapt for decision making and leadership style.
Yeah, true. Just one last thing from me. There's someone told me this. I think during the Scout Youth Forum actually, telling me that if you feel that you are like uncomfortable in certain room or something, you might be in the right room. But let's say if you feel comfortable, so comfortable, you might be in the wrong room. Is it? Am I mixed up? Am I mixed up? If
I
you
think,
are
yeah, that's right.
right, it's the right thing, right? Like if you are comfortable in that room, it might be a wrong room. But if you are uncomfortable with it, you might be in the right room. Because when you are uncomfortable, like you feel that you will learn a lot of things. Like definitely, yeah. Scout was like I felt like Scout. Am I gonna do right? Like I feel like there's a lot of things, and I'm totally gonna say that the forum that I went last time was very challenging, and I learned a lot from that. So yeah, I think that's all from me. I pass it back to Hajar.
All right, thank you. I hold onto that sometimes, because if you feel too comfortable, then there is something wrong with your life. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much, Akmal and Umi Nabila, for the very full of information and very fascinating sharing. So before we proceed to our next session, we would like to take five. So enjoy the Scout song.
You got to sing, 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 and be merry. You got to grin, 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 and be gay. You got to ding, 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 and a ring, ring. Boy Scouts are gathered today. You gotta clap, 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 and be merry. You gotta tap, 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 and be gay. You gotta clap, 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 and to tap, 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 for the Boy Scouts are gathered today. You got to laugh, 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 and be merry. You gotta shout, 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 till your horns. You gotta laugh, 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 and to shout, 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 for the Boy Scouts are gathered today. You got to sing, 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 and be merry. You got to grin, 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 and be gay. You got to ding, 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 and a ring, 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 for the Boy Scouts are gathered today. You gotta clap, 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 and be merry. You gotta tap, 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 and be gay. You gotta clap, 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 and to tap, 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 for the Boy Scouts are gathered today. You got to laugh, 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 and be merry. You gotta shout, 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 till your horns. You gotta laugh, 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 and to shout, 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 for the Boy Scouts are gathered today.
All right, so we are back, and I hope that everyone is still here. And now we will move to the Q&A session. So everyone, feel free to ask us with your curiosity. And if you got any question, just type in the chat box below. Okay, we will wait for your question. If any viewers got question, you can type in the chat box below.
In the meantime, Hajar, is it okay if I ask one question? It's something that I'm really curious to get your perspective, Hajar and Akmal.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. All right. So, from your perspective, right, Akmal and Hajar, why do you think Scout is actually a very, very good platform for youth out there to be in?
Okay, Haja, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So follow up by Umi question, why Scout is the best platform? Why Scout is a good platform? In my personal opinion, Scout is the good platform is because we are worldwide connected. Like personally for me, I love to expand my connection. I love to meet new people. I love to talk to new people, learn something like their tradition, or probably their language and something. So I think that Scout is a good platform is because we are very worldwide. Means that we everywhere we go, we will know that there will be a Scout. And according to a statistic that I read before, Scouting is one of the largest non-government organization in the world. So probably we have millions and or probably billions of Scout members. So that probably we can go somewhere to go to other country and share something, always meet new people and something, you know learning is a continuous process. We can meet them and learn something from them. There are always something new to learn. So yeah. How about you, Akmal?
Okay, sure. Thank you, Haj Abing. You have presented. You have from your point of view just now. You said about connections, right? So, in my point of view, as Umis asked just now, why Scout is good for youth nowadays. So I believe that the programs in Scout is able to build or nurture young leaders. For example, NSYLF itself, National Scout Youth Program itself, it is a good platform for us to know new friends, to learn new things, and build us and develop us as future leaders in Malaysia and also the world. So, other than that, uh, we have awards, for example, Pengangkat Raja, BP Awards, Scout of the World Awards, and so on, that we can participate, that we can achieve. And these awards, I believe that they have their own modules to achieve that. For example, SWA or Scout of the World Award, we need to do something, a project, for example. So that module or it that module will help us to learn, will help us to communicate with others, will help us to create new things, for example, and be innovative, for example, like that. So I believe that these programs, these scout programs, is the best platform for us to develop or nurture young leaders, youth, yeah, future leaders or youth nowadays. So I hope that answers Umi's question.
Thank you so much, Hajar and Akmal. And honestly, that was a really, really good answer that I'm looking for actually. And yes, I'm so agree with that. When Hajar talk about networking, right? Not only like we're talking about world scale, even the national scale itself was like really like great because like from the first Scout View forum that I joined, like we joined like recently, right? It was like I know a lot of people already. Like in my group already, like we know people from different states, and when we know people, right, that's the beauty of when we know new people, everyone coming from different background, you know, and when people coming from different background, different culture, they always have and view certain thing from different perspective, and that's how we can actually learn from them. So that's a very how say the benefits of we being in scouts, and here it is a scout, it's a world movement, so it's really great. And also the skills that we learn, right, when we also try to solve the current issues, you know, that also relates to SDGs, and those are the things that I believe that youth nowadays like have to evolve with. So yeah, I just add on that. Yeah, thank you so much.
Akmal, probably you have other question.
Okay, I might have one question, but I will make it short. So,
All right.
uh, how? Okay, my question is how National Scout Youth Leadership Forum affects you before and after the forum. For me, uh, in short, connection from all around Malaysia and even the world. So, maybe Haja and Umi, do you have any answer that you can?
Maybe I just can go first. I think we're talking about that, right? Definitely in terms of how we think. So for me, there's lots of design thinking skills, and I'm sorry, the decision making thinking skills, and also the leadership is very give me impact because after I learned that, that's how I able to implement it in my daily life. So yeah, how about you, Hajar?
Yeah, I think the same thing like Umi did. My best part is I mean like my best session is about the six thinking hats, and actually I am looking forward that because you know before this we are it's tak semestinya kita buat keputusan betul, but then after I got into that National Scott Youth Leadership Forum, I think that I implement that in my daily life very well. All right. So I think there is no
Okay, Hajar.
question, but I have one last question to Umi and Akmal.
Okay.
So actually, this is a frequently asked question lah by my friend. Most of them ask me, saya nak masuk National Scout Youth Leadership Forum tapi tak reti nak bahasa English. I mean like tak boleh bercakap bahasa English dengan very fluent. My English is very bad. So what do you guys think? I think that will be no problem because learning is continuous process and everyone is learning. So for those yang menghadapi masalah yang sama, it's not to worry because everyone here is help kan. Before macam kita masuk National Scout Leadership Forum, every single person is very helpful, from the staff, from the team members. Everyone is helpful and willing to teach you freely. So what say you, Umi and Akmal?
Okay, let me go first. So, the question is, can we join National Scout Youth Leadership Program if we are not fluent in English, right? So, we are not that fluent in English. But for me, I think yes, you can. You can join National Scout Youth Forum, regardless of your fluency in English. But yeah, I think you can join because it is enough that you can understand others and you can communicate in English, for example. But if you cannot speak in English, you can just maybe portray your ideas in Malay language, for example. But yeah, just selitkan a little bit of English. And I think you don't need to be fluent. You don't need to be orang cakap mak saleh for the whole time. You can just chip in some Malay language as long as you can understand others, as long as you can deliver your ideas to others in a good way. So I believe that you can join NSYLF even though you are not fluent in English. It is good enough, but think in a bigger picture. We need the experience. We need the development that we can get from NSYLF. We need the perlukan, the connections that we can build in these forums. I believe that yes, you can join, whether you are not fluent in English or you're fluent in English. So that's all from me. Umi, do you have any ideas?
Yeah, just a very short one. I would say it's all about effort, right? It's all about effort. When we say when we're talking about if fluency, right? It takes practice. So when I talk about practice,
Yes.
you have to do it, right? So I would say that the Scout Youth Forum is a good platform for you to do that. So no matter whether you are fluent or not, you just show the effort that you are trying to converse in English, and then I would say definitely if definitely there will be people who will be trying, we will helping you out. Let's say if you really have a difficulty to do so, and yeah, and again, Scout is a very supportive platform. So just show that you have the passion, you have the determination and effort that you want to be a better person, that you want to improve yourself. So, and again, I would say that coming from my background, I won't be able to speak English. And in fact, I don't think I'll be able to speak in front of people, doing live. I never imagined myself doing this thing if I didn't actually push myself, and doing this. So yeah, just a very short one, just do it and you can do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the most important part. Just do it. Okay, so and we also have another one question from the audience, which is can you explain what is the Better World framework and how youth scout can contribute to the community, country, and nation? This is from Muhammad Zafian, watching from YouTube.
Okay.
So
Um,
Okay, Umi.
yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Muhammad Zafian, and thank you, Hajar. I can explain a little bit in terms of what is a better world framework. So when talking about better world framework, is actually a portfolio of World Initiative from the World Scout Youth Forum, sorry, the World Scout WOSM, right? So they are actually trying to address the four areas of educations that focusing on global issues, right, and trends that affect our world nowadays and people in diverse communities. So if I'm not mistaken, the thematics, the theme that they are trying to focus on is the first one is environment and sustainability. So they are trying to focusing on what are the issues that we need to focus on, like on how we can improve and solve the issues in the environment sustainability, as you know nowadays, right? What the issues that we have in environment, right? And then the second one is health and well-being, right? Health and well-being, and the third one will be peace and community engagement. So this is where we are trying to give back to community and trying to educate people about peace. And the last one will be skills for life. Yeah. And then from my perspective, when we're talking about how Youth Scout can contribute to community, country, and nation, um, and this one thing that I would like to point out, these what we can do, it doesn't have to be a very big or large scale. You know, as per se, you cannot help everyone, right? But you can help someone, and which is people around you with your own community. You can make a very simple event, like per se, you are very good in English. Like I just make it very example, right? You're very good in English, you're very fluent. You can actually set up maybe a workshop on communications on using English, right? And that's actually very impactful because some people, like say there are certain areas they don't have the opportunity or platform to actually use the English, right? Maybe the people around them is always using other language, or let's say there are people in their community, if they are trying to speak in English, people will say, perasan, you know, like kona-kona cakap BI, something like that, right? But that's why we what you can do is first alert with what's going on here with your surrounding, right? And second one, you can gather people who are we call it same-minded, you know, that have the passion with same like you to actually push forward the thing that you want to do, right? And then the third one, initiate it and doing it, you know. And one thing that you also want to point out, you know, whatever you want to do, you can always seek out for help, like I mentioned before, right? Always seek out for maybe suggestion, like say I want to do this but I don't know how. So yes, Scout is also a good platform for you to reach out for. So yeah, maybe Akmal or Haja want to add on more on that.
I just want to add a little bit about the. I believe that Umi has explained about the Better Work Framework just now, and I believe that it is clear that what is Better Work Framework. And the second part, the second question from the audience just now is on how Scout can. Sorry, what is the question again? I forgot. Okay, so how you Scout can contribute to the community, country, and nation. So I just want to add a little bit. Uh, the scouting movement is a platform for you to contribute. The scouting movement itself is a platform for you to contribute. For example, we have in the terms of youth scout, we have the pengangkat kelana, right? So we can be in this pengangkat kelana, and then we can bergerak, or we can move with our friends and so on to contribute to the community, country, and the nation. For example, during the PKP ataupun Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan Movement Control Order previously, pengangkat kelana, Pasir Mas, and also pengangkat kelana in the national level have initiated face sheet heroes. For example, face sheet heroes punya initiative. We see it as simple as that, but it gives a huge impact not only for our community, but it is also a huge impact for the country. At that time, we are lack of PPEs, we are lack of face shield, and so on. So this kind of initiative that are reachable for us, that we can do, I believe it is one of the platform. I believe the scouting movement itself is one platform that we can contribute to the society, to the community, country, and the nation. So I think that is all from me. So I will pass back to Haja. Maybe you have another point of view. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akmal and Umi Nabila. I don't think that I will add on some. I don't think that I will add on some more, since you both of you have give a very solid answer to that question. All right, so I will proceed to our next session. Actually, it seems that we have come to the end of our session. But before the closing, I would like to invite Puan Aniza binti Yusuf for the closing speech. Please welcome Puan Aniza.
Okay, the text. All right. Okay, thank you, Hajar. So we had come to the end of the session. Let me say something about today's session. Okay, before that, I would like to properly start. Okay. Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. Praise be to Allah that we are able to celebrate the Kelantan Scout Day 2021 for the first time in December 2021. It is to mark the achievement of Kelantan Scouts since 1927 up to this day. Today, Kelantan Scout Organization is very proud to have 3 young leaders from Kijang Rovers and Black Fleury Rovers in Kelantan Rovers Brown Bag session. Congratulations to Nurul Nabila, Muhammad Akmal Haikal, and Siti Hajar for conducting an excellent session today. I hope that your vision and mission as young future leaders will enhance other young leaders, especially from Rovers, to share the same vision and mission. This session is a result of the confidence, commitment, and leadership instilled to these young leaders by National Scout Youth Leadership Forum 3 2021, conducted by Malaysia Scout Headquarters via online. Congratulations to Nurul Nabila binti Mat Yusof from Kijang Rovers, who has been selected as one of the candidates representing Malaysia in the 10th Asia Pacific Regional Scout Youth Forum 2022, which is scheduled in Taiwan. I would like to thank Datuk Haji Idris bin Mohamud, Chairman of Kelantan Scout Organization, Tuan Haji Muhammad Nazri bin Muhammad Saleh, Kelantan Chief State Commissioner, Encik Zulkifli bin Sulaiman, Vice Chief State Commissioner, all the Assistant Commissioners, District Commissioners, all Scoutmasters and Scout members for your support and commitment to make Kelantan Scout Day 2021 a success. Happy Kelantan Scout Day to all Scouters. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Puan Aniza. With that, we have officially come to the end of our brown bag session. We would like to thank to all the viewers, Facebook and YouTube, the technician team, and the person in charge for today. Thank you.
Aku sekokundau Yarabe sorondorere Oflenso beninemo benifase